Well, obviously, a terrific win for us. I thought we showed our balance. I think we showed obviously a lot of weapons. We had guys individually perform extremely well. Reggie, 11 blocks, terrific. Nate Mason was 2 assists shy of a triple-double. I thought that was really good. Dupree McBrayer came off the bench and was, a couple free throws away from probably having about 20 points. And Murph was phenomenal. So guys playing with great confidence. They're playing extremely hard. I thought the crowd was awesome. I told our guys after the game, you earned every person that came back and filled up that arena. You earned it just with hard work, and it was a long run. So that was a fun game to be a part of. 22-7, 10-6, a lot of great things to be very happy for and to celebrate tonight, and then move on tomorrow because we got to get better. And the good thing is we're getting better, and so we got to continue to do that.
When you have Reggie and Jordan controlling the paint like that, what does that do just as a whole?
I think offensively why we were pretty good was we were rebounding the ball and getting out on the break and turning block shots into offense. So they make up for some mistakes. Because there were some mistakes, like there's always going to be. But Reggie made up for a lot of mistakes, and I thought Murph was a beast on the glass. And terrific from the foul line as well. No. No, I cannot. It's a miracle.
What do you put this game probably on a video for him just to look at the rest of the season?
Oh, I'm sure he'll watch it continuously over and over again because that's what he does. But, yeah, he just found a way. I'm not, he's getting better from it. He'll continue to learn from it. But obviously 29 minutes, 11 blocks, no fouls. Yeah, I'll take that every night.
What do you think it was like for him at the end as everybody's chanting his name and he gets to come off by himself?
That's why he chose Minnesota. He wanted to play for his home state. He didn't want to go anywhere else. He wanted to come here to play for the name on the front of the jersey. Wanted to be near his family. He wanted to, I'm sure he's dreamed of that moment, walking off the court at the barn, chanting your name. That's a special moment, so I'm sure he loved it.
It's more impressive, 0 fouls or 11 blocks?
It's a good question. Probably 0 fouls.
When you look at the way this team is playing at this point, a lot of people are saying, what's the goal for ceiling? You're playing your best basketball, but you still have a lot of improvement.
I think we can be pretty good. I think it's okay to say that we're in the NCAA tournament. We would be the first team in the history of college basketball to win 22 games and not make the tournament. So I have so many people come up to me, do you think you're in? I'm like, yeah, we're in. Yeah, I think that we're clicking offensively, getting better. Obviously during that stretch, I don't know what the number was. In the 5-game losing streak, we were in the 60s, right? And now we're averaging the 80s. So offensively, we're getting comfortable with where we're at. And I think it's clear that guys are playing their best basketball and improving. So now we got a little rest, and we can really lock in on a hard-playing Nebraska team, but also lock in on getting better.
Jordan's got the double-doubles 5 of 6 games. Is there anything different with him?
Well, we had a tough talk, and I told him what I thought his game was, and he could have fought me on it, but he embraced it. And, he stopped worrying about touching the ball in the post and worried more about going to get it. Just find a way to go get it, get more dunks. And he's really evolved as a player, and I'm proud of him.
So you mentioned people walking up to you. How different are the conversations now as opposed to a year ago?
Oh, man. Well, it wasn't like people were throwing batteries at me or anything. They just weren't talking to me. So, it's everybody's very friendly. But, this is what you dream of, to play well, to get the fan support, to get the city behind you, because this state is so proud not only of basketball but of the university. And when it's good, it's awesome. So it's fun. It's fun to be the Gopher basketball coach right now, and I think that we've really turned the corner. I thought it would happen this year. I kept telling people, not in a boastful way, I really thought we'd make a big turnaround, and we did. And our newcomers deserve the credit. The returners who stuck it out, believed in what we were doing, also did, and our staff did a great job. So it's fun to be a part of. This is what you dream of as a coach.
And
I don't know. I thought it would be a big turnaround. I compared us at the beginning of the year to Villanova when they had won, I think, like 12 games, and they bounced back. I don't know. I didn't say we were going to win the national championship, but I thought we would really bounce back in a big way because I thought as hard as last year was, I thought it was good for Nate, Murph, Dupree, Bakari, those guys. I did think it was good for them in a way. And I knew the newcomers were really going to help us. So it's hard to quantify how many wins or losses, but these guys keep doing a lot of really good things. And there hasn't been one issue during practice. There hasn't been one meeting, Coach, why am I not playing? Where are my shots coming from? None of those things. They really, truly do care about each other's success. That's kind of rare with young people today.
Like a week ago, you talked about fans coming out for Nebraska, Penn State. Those were the games you were worried about. Do you feel like, sellout crowd today?
Best crowd of the year. And our guys are responsible for that. With the way that they play, they attracted people into the stands. Winning helps, obviously. But it's pretty cool to see just the way that it's kind of continued to traject in the right way, and more, empty seats were being filled. And then I thought that was an awesome crowd. And like I've said, we don't need it versus Wisconsin, Indiana. We need it versus Penn State, who we know is very good. So I think the town is proud of these guys, and hopefully we have another terrific crowd on Thursday. They've all been pretty good surprises. I always thought Dupree would be one of the most improved guys because he's still young. That dunk was pretty good for him. I know he's excited about that. I thought the newcomers would really affect the team in a positive way. So I can't pinpoint one guy. I just think the best part about it is they really don't care who gets credit. They just want to win. And that's not something I did. That's something they've done.
From what they've put on the court this season to the way you say they act in practice, do you think about the potential of what this team could accomplish this year, or do you just kind of say...
Take it one day at a time. I told them today, I said, listen, I've been a part of great March runs. I was an assistant coach. I went to a Final Four. I went to a couple of Elite Eights, won conference titles, and it's fun. But the journey is better than the destination. So just enjoy the journey. Don't worry about where you're going. Just worry about the fact that you have earned the right to play in front of a sold-out crowd at home. And you were the ones who fought to get people back. Be proud of it, embrace it, enjoy it, and have fun with it.
Obviously, Nate Mason, triple-double, near triple-double. People keep asking, I'm sure, whether you're going to make the tournament, and then whether Nate Mason's going to be all Big Ten.
We are going to make the tournament.
Right, so is Mason going to make all Big Ten?
I don't have my crystal ball on me. I would think so, but I don't know.
With that comes winning, right?
I've always said, in order to be a good team, you have to have individuals that play at that type of all-conference level. And since we've started to play well, Murph has done it. Nate has done it. Amir's done it from a freshman standpoint. You need individuals to perform. I do think our sum is better than our parts, but you need individuals to perform at a high level, and I think you're seeing that right now with our guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of them were on it.
What turned this team around?
Players.
It's amazing how well they're playing now.
Yeah, I think
Very early.
I always thought last year, I actually thought we were close to breaking through. We had beaten Maryland with a young team. We had beaten Rutgers. I thought we were going to break through, and then obviously we had off-the-court issues that we had to handle, and it just ended the season, and it was tough. But the returners took it to heart, and they just stuck through it. They toughed it out, where young people don't necessarily always do that. Our returners did it. And then the newcomers have made a big difference. And I said at the beginning of the year, I thought it was our most complete team. I think that's turned out to be pretty true. So we've got good balance, we've got good depth, and we're still young. That's the craziest thing. But by Ken Pom, I think we're 300 in experience out of 351. So that's something to be excited about.
That kid from Rochester, brother, is his brother going to help you recruit that? His brother?
You're going to get me in trouble, Sid. You can't get. I'm not allowed to talk about it. You're going to get me in trouble. You're not allowed to do that. We've won 7 in a row, but my AD's tough on me, so you got to be careful. Yeah.
Speaking of, this is more a question for you. How, obviously, you were talking about being on the hot seat. How did you keep your composure and really work on a long-term build versus just trying to squeak out wins or look at a short-term solution?
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the end of last year, everybody's saying I should be fired, and that's hard. It's hard on yourself. That's hard on your family, your wife, to read those things. It's tough. And I don't deserve praise after an 8-win season. So I get that. And we're on a lot of allies, which is, it happens. And so there was a tough little stretch there. But I believed if we could get through it, we would really turn it around. So as much as I could possibly do it, it's not easy. I tried to block out the noise. I tried to, when you lose, you realize what's important. And so, your family, your close friends and those people, you just try to block it out and say, okay, it's going to turn. And you got to keep telling yourself. And it's a challenge to do that because there's just so much noise in today's world. So I think we did a good job. I did a good job with it. But that was obviously, towards the end of the season, that was difficult. And I did my best to keep everybody together, whether it was players, staff, family, everybody, to believe that we would turn it around. So, I'm proud of everybody for doing that. All right, thank you.